I'm in the house with my co-host, The Chat.
That's how we roll.
Yeah, I know this is not spelled the same way. One is Mandela because it's the thought of people not remembering that Mandela got locked up or whatever. It's a weird thing, the Mandela effect. And you said Mandela, and I don't even know what Mandela effect is, but we just reacted to using BlackRock Tessellator, and I was saying how I don't even know what the hell that is. But shout out to Tamara, laid down nice. No, actually, she laid down the $9.99 domino. She said a little extra chip on your dip, Cephas. I appreciate that. It says react to Son of Saturn. Okay, we haven't done a Son of Saturn track in a while. Son of Saturn is one of them. He could spit like crazy. So we're jumping from one to the next because using BlackRock has, the metaphysical, lyrical metaphysics, mystic physics. But she comes with some very, very off the freaking stratosphere concepts that are hard to comprehend. And from what I remember, Son of Saturn is pretty much in that likeness of MC. So let's check it out. Mystic Physics. Let's just check it out, y'all. Okay, so he's not a new artist. I thought he was new. Tim put us on the Son of Saturn. Appreciate you, Candy.
Spit the tachyon and psionic, bionic energy. Silver samurai blade faster than light to slash MCs. Time travel backwards where objects have negative mass. Electrons appear from nowhere, disappear nowhere fast. Decay of light photons and non-physical realities. Positive electrons attribute my tachyon theory. But density can't be measured in a negative state. The omnipresence of my essence, collapsing time and space in the indivisible, invisible sunlight universe. 1.21 gigawatts back from the future with a verse. Positrons require negatrons in a nucleus to balance as the tachyon field mirrors the universe we inhabit.
He's putting a lot into his bars. Like he's not off beat. I wouldn't say he's off beat. I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but it's so many syllables that he's putting into each line that it's sounding cluttered. But that seems to be the style I remember from him. Actually, this might be a little bit more extreme than the other two tracks I heard from him, because I seem to remember the flow being more tame in those other two tracks.
Can't be measured in a negative state. The omnipresence of my essence, collapsing time and space in the indivisible, invisible sunlight universe. 1.21 gigawatts back from the future with a verse. Positrons require negatrons in a nucleus to balance as the tachyon field.
You think the beat is horrible? Let me listen a little bit more.
Theory, but density can't be measured in a negative state. The omnipresence of my essence, collapsing time and space in the indivisible, invisible sunlight universe. 1.21 gigawatts back from the future with a verse. Positrons require negatrons in a nucleus to balance as the tachyon field mirrors the universe we inhabit. A positive density that is perpetually expanding and comes into being through pressure of the invisible one overstanding. Protons and electrons, matter and antimatter. Yin and yang is the pendulum swings between parameters. Hyperons of composite data. From the womb of creation, the transformation of Jacob's ladder. Intentions of ascension beyond inanimate matter. Beyond the building blocks of proteins, molecules and atoms. High voltage starts ignite the torch to supreme knowledge. Ontological, chronological, quantifiable consciousness.
Shout out to Dan and Elijah.
Gravitating towards Andromeda. My brain contains the mass of a trillion suns that crush the ominous. Deep electric rise atomically in the God's abyss.
You're not a phony seeker, but a real seeker. That is,
see, like I said, put a lot into each line. Like that,
find out what it's all about.
It's reminiscent of old Aesop. He used to have that same. I used to have the same criticism of him throwing way too much into each line. Way too many syllables. Way too many compound words.
Who you are, what life is, what reality is, or what's the way out of the mess. You want to become, instead of a mixed up human being, you want to become something as simple and genuine as a tiger or a cat or bird, or a Buddha.
The subatomic world is one of rhythm and movement. Explore the parallels, develop instinct into it. Patterns emerge, reoccur, non-elusive. The esoteric blueprint of James, Jews, and Buddhists. My 2 cents viewed exist from observational interaction, grouping families of atoms and subatomic structures. Those of given groups identical, follow the physical functions. Biorhythms characterized by integral quantum numbers. Shambhala uncovered, unify organic opposites like hadrons and lovers. A patchwork discovered across the board, wars and hypnotism. But with these we breathe the symmetry like Dorje symbolism. Yang and yin spin reminiscent of baryons and rotating electrons displayed in atomic orbit. On my base I've fallen and forced my foreign forward importance may lie hiding in dormant fields of the electromagnetic spectrum.
Nice flow switch.
Violet X-rays and gamma detection. The cosmic will swallow this abyss. Plan effective. We stand on the ladder to heaven above a field of Ezekiel's wheels. The axis of sevens from the macabre. My third eye spies Elijah, a sight for the wretched. Lightning bolts.
He also gives me feels of like Immortal Technique and Chino XL. RP Chino XL. I just found out that he actually self-checked out. I didn't know that. I thought he died from sickness. He self-checked out. He was sick and he decided to self-check out. Like that's sad. That's sad.
Stifle the devilish selfish and fallen knaves. Abominations crawling from graves. I postulate a process to break the consciousness matrix. Automated by God's humane. The holy science constant flame. Knowledge strain. Spit the wisdom of the mystics. Make your fucking head oscillate. Oscillate.
Making heads oscillate. Yeah, that's not just Bob making them oscillate. Like that was Son of Saturn, Mystic Physics. Like that track is it's a demonstration of skill. You know, it's one of them tracks. Not necessarily for enjoyment or entertainment. It's to, you know, a rapper exercising his rapping. That's what that is. Then that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing, but it's definitely not necessarily a good thing. It was a lot. It was a lot to digest. And I think I kind of agree with Trip. I wasn't a big fan of that beat. It was way too much. It's like freaking, was it not chandelier, wind chime action? You know what I mean, going on in that beat. Not my favorite Son of Saturn stuff. With the stuff that I reacted to, that you had me react to, Tim, that was new stuff, right? And this is fairly older. It definitely gives me that feel. Gives me old school Aesop feel, which, you know, that's not my favorite Aesop. All right, wasn't bad though. Wasn't bad. Shout out Tamara. That was a good request. That was one of those experiences I need to experience over entertainment. I tout that sometimes, and that was one of those. That was one of those. I sent that.
Okay, this is bullshit. Moses was an asshole. Moses was a petty, immature, selfish man. Oh, he was good at one thing. That's bringing the worst out of everybody he met.
Yeah! And that nigga owe me $5.